Hey, so I am re-recording this video because I had just shot like 7 minutes of video for YouTube and my phone died on me, which is really not good because I just poured my heart and soul into it and was really just in a flow state. But whatever, that's how it is. Yeah, basically what I want to talk about in this video is how comparison is a trap and you should not fall into that. So, we're all very different and unique beings overall. Like, we all come from different backgrounds, our genes are different, we all perceive reality in a different way. We're just all very different. So, it's like when you compare yourself to somebody else, you're basically saying, this person is better than me, and I need to vicariously live my life through this person's life. Which is stupid because their goals and their aspirations, and though you may have some similarities to them, we're all completely different, and you should never try to vicariously live through somebody else's life. And I know this sounds cliche, and you can say, oh, well, this is only true to an extent, and you probably heard this a million times, but you should be yourself, I think. It's like, if you're vicariously living through somebody else's life and you're constantly comparing yourself, then you're giving your power away basically, and you're putting your happiness in external things. Now, I talk about this a lot, and you may think I hate external things. Well, no. I think it's fine to chase external things only if you actually want them and you're chasing it through heart's contentment, true heart's contentment, not superficial heart's contentment, also known as ego gratification, which will never lead to long term happiness and is only just a short term thing. It goes away like that, it's gone. And you see many celebrities, they chase this, and you think, how come celebrities, commit suicide and things like that, and they're often very depressed? And I know that's not always the case, but you see it with cases like Philip Seymour Hoffman, and just recently, there was a YouTuber, Etika Desmond Antifa, I believe you pronounce his name, who had just recently committed suicide off a bridge. And he had hundreds of thousands of followers, and it seemed like everything in his life was going right. He had the fame, he had the wealth, though I'm not sure how much money he had exactly, but he was doing fairly well for himself. He could make a full time income off of it, I know that. But still, it's like, how come people do things like this when they seemingly have everything? Well, I could be wrong about this, and I know there is such a thing as mental health issues that people go through, but I believe it's because these people, they just like search for like ego gratification. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but it's just what I've observed. Like, when the heart and the mind are aligned, that's true happiness because you have a goal and you're going after that, and your heart is in alignment with that. It's not just an ego thing. It's not just like, oh, I need this so everybody will like me or I'll look good or whatever. That's just fake, superficial, quote unquote happiness. It's not real happiness, so I'm going to resist calling it that. And one way to get around this is to just let go of everything, just take some time to yourself, meditate. I meditate at least 20 minutes to an hour a day. And I'm no saint for doing that. I'm not perfect. I'm pretty far from perfect. I got a lot of things I'm working on right now I need to get sorted out. I will never be perfect. But I can be in alignment with myself and chase my true goals, my true desires, whatever they may be. And it's not because of ego. It's not because I'm trying to amass materialistic things, though, like I said, there's nothing wrong with chasing materialistic things. Just as just as long as it's coming from a place of inspiration and not desperation. And again, this may take some time to fully understand what this means, but I invite you to meditate, and I invite you to just breathe and just observe reality for what it is and not feel like I constantly need to conquer everything and be better than everybody else, because that's just ego. And I know what you're saying, well, competition, gets me going if I want to be like everybody else, Well, see, I heard a story not too long ago about a guy who he really excelled in his career, There's another guy, he just took it easy. He was just chill. He just read. He started his own, I forget what it was, some kind of business, hand knitted items or something like that. It doesn't matter. But this one guy, though he excelled in his career, he climbed the corporate ladder, and it's like he wasn't happy in the end. It's just it's fake superficial happiness. Now I know, hey, maybe climbing the corporate ladder is for you. Maybe that would fulfill you or whatever. But don't feel like, oh, because society tells me I need to do this, that means it's right for me. It's like, no, you're a unique individual and you need to decide what's right for you. Do not look for the external to tell you what to be. You should only chase the external, I believe, if it's like internally, this is what I want. This will fulfill me. But oftentimes I've found that chasing these things won't make you fulfilled. You should just give yourself permission to be happy. Because, like I said, I knew this one guy, and he never really gave himself permission to be happy unless he amassed certain materialistic things like, oh, I need this amount of status in my life, or I need this amount of money in my life, and if anybody has more than me, then I'm insecure about it. It's like, no, no, you shouldn't feel that way. I mean, there's nothing wrong with amassing material wealth or whatever, but it's like, if you put all your happiness into it, and I've seen it with this guy too, if anybody acted like they had more money than him, or even if they did have more money than him, he'd get insecure. And you could see people take advantage of him with this, and it's like, he's just like, oh, I can't stand that. I need to be better than everybody else. And here's the thing, you don't need to be everybody else. Block out the world if you have to. Just focus on you. Take some time to yourself. Just breathe into the body. And I promise you that once you do this, once you let go of all these external things, once you stop looking to the external for fulfillment and just start breathing into the body, start meditating daily, at least 20 minutes a day. You don't have to do anything too crazy, but just take time to just breathe and just let go of the mind and breathe into the body. I can pretty much guarantee that you'll find what you're looking for. Done.